Hey guys, how are you today? It's Sarah, and it is August the 29th, 2019, and I'm here to talk to you quickly about the Virgo New Moon that's happening tomorrow morning at just really at the crack of dawn, somewhere around 5 a.m., a little bit later than 5 a.m. Or at Eastern Standard Time, we're having our new moon in Virgo. And what's really interesting about this new moon is the fact that there are 5 personal planets all sitting conjunct in Virgo. So we have the moon, we have the sun, we have Mercury, which is just slipping into Virgo, we have Mars, and we have Venus. Those are the personal planets. Those are the big heavy hitters, the ones that we take really seriously, the ones that help us identify ourselves as ourselves, right? Our mind, our emotions, our sense of vitality and personality, our drive and masculinity, and our femininity. Those are for most people, that's kind of it. So all of that is sitting in this beautiful archetype of Virgo. Simultaneously to that, we have in the sky a giant triangle forming in earth signs. So we have our stellium in Virgo trining Uranus in Taurus and trining Saturn in Capricorn. So it's a practical earthy new moon. But I want to spend a moment talking to you about Virgo, and I'm not going to get too deep into it. I'm in Halifax, Nova Scotia, visiting my brother, so I'm on a family vacation right now, and I don't have a lot of time to get really intense with the archetype, but I want to throw this out at you. I'm sure a lot of you are feeling this as well. With this much Virgo in the sky, you can't not feel it. So let's go Virgo. Okay. The most important thing to understand when we're talking about Virgo is that Virgo is opposite Pisces. I love polarities. Everything works in a duality in the zodiac. Everything works in a pair. So Pisces is the archetype of oneness, and it's the archetype of divine union. So it's that part of us that is, whether we know it or not, connected to the whole, or connected to the universe, connected, for lack of a better word, to God. So in Pisces, or the 12th house, we find this release into oneness, or this ultimate sense of completion or wholeness, or just letting go into whatever it is that is, right? It's complete cosmic flow. There's no direction, there's no articulation, there's just this movement and this experience, and sometimes it's dark and sometimes it's light, and it's triumphant in the sense that it is just always moving, and it's this mellifluous flowing connectivity where you know yourself as one with the cosmos, as one with life force, as one with God or goddess or whatever it is you want to describe it as. You are one with it. Now let's pull that into the opposite. How do you bring that sense of oneness or wholeness or completion or transcendence or unification with source and divine energy down into a form, into a point, into a focused, articulated, kind of like unified expression of divine love? That is Virgo. To look at it from a Christian analytical perspective, we have sort of the Christ is the Piscean experience, that divine light and just like the radiance of wholeness and oneness. And Virgo is the Virgin Mother. So she is like the perfected vessel into which the Christ energy pours so that the Christ can come onto planet Earth. And Virgo gets a bit of a bum rap a lot of the time because it's very critical. And Virgo, like anything, has multiple sides to its personality. On one side, Virgo does see all of the things that are wrong, and it's very, very picky. It's very specific. It's very articulate, and it's extremely like it just goes right to it. Like it sees that cherry tomato on the floor, wrong. Or it sees that misalignment, wrong, or it understands where things are getting off track. So I like to call Virgo the energy of of like that likes to prune the bush, right? And the bush is crazy, it's Pisces, the bush is all over the place, and Virgo comes in and can create the most beautiful, perfect form, geometrically articulate and balanced and equal, and it's just like, it's like right on point. So because Virgo is the ability to bring that much love into the body, to bring that much light into form and bring it into a human vessel. That vessel better be clean. That vessel better be pure. Virgo is aware of all the places when the light is entering us that it kind of hits a place of misalignment. Or the way I experience Virgo, because I have a lot of Virgo in my chart, a lot of sixth house stuff in my chart. So it's like I experience the light coming in, the consciousness coming in, and then I can feel all of the aberrative areas of my body, like, ooh, over here, there's a misalignment right there, or there's a misalignment right there, and I can go straight to it. And with my consciousness, I can work it, you know, like I look at it and I'm specific and I'm articulate and I like laser focused, and I go right into that misalignment or their aberration, and I try to hold it and suffuse it with love. I try to reunify it with source. I try to hold it, I guess, in a sense. And that's where the choice of Virgo comes in. So this is kind of what I wanted to get at. So if you are aware of what's wrong, okay, how are you going to how are you going to what's the perspective you're going to take on that? Like, are you going to be like, oh, it's wrong, you know, and it's critical, and I'm going to mean about it. I've got a mean spirit about it, right? Like, I'm going to let it bother me, and I'm going to let it get me down, and I'm going to become anxious about it and bitter about it or upset about it or anxious about it, really anxious. Like, Virgo can be very anxious. Or am I going to kind of flip myself over to the top of the archetype and come at it from a place of like a completely different energy? Come at it like the Virgin Mother. Come at it like the Mother Mary. Come at it with warmth and love and devotional, tender care. Nurture it, love it, serve it, be with it. Not allow. I mean, Virgo can't allow things that are wrong to persist. I mean, its job literally is to purify and cleanse. So it's not like I'm asking you to just forgive it and forget it. But how you approach the things in your life that are wrong, or how you approach the misalignments in your own psyche, will really determine the quality of your life, truly. So, as we kind of come into this Virgo new moon, and a new moon is always the time of planting seeds. So, I mean, I don't know. I haven't quite hit exactly what wants to be born of this new moon for me personally, so I can't speak to that. But I have a feeling that what's going to happen is that there will be some kind of a need to be very articulated and very specific in my consciousness and in my alignment, so that I am clear about what I want to bring in and what wants to be born through me, right? So there's there's a need for us to kind of like choose the higher conscious, choose light, like choose the love and bring it in and find where it is in your body. Like, where does that land? Some of you may be all the way down to your roots. Some of you it might be all the way down to your feet. And some of you, it might be like up here in your right shoulder. Like, really, like some of us are so unclear and we're so out of alignment that that the light comes in and it doesn't go very far. And, I can feel where it comes and doesn't go any further, right? So that's the point. That's the point that wants to be born, okay? So bring it in and then find the point, the healing, the holding. Explore that point. Be like, what is this point in my life? Like, is this my heart that needs that I need to push through the detritus in my heart, or is it my lungs, or is it my work, is it my family, is it my personal sense of self-confidence, or my sense of security in myself? Is it what point? Is it my relationships? Like, what point in my life is this light trying to break through, to kind of come out into an articulated, specific line of intentionality. Okay, Virgo is very intentional, and it's very the word discernment describes Virgo very, very well. It doesn't mince its words, and it doesn't waste its time. It goes right to the heart of it. And so let's just kind of contemplate that, and the fact that all of our personal planets are in this archetype right now. And let's recognize and acknowledge that Virgo can go dark and it can go light. And you can get really mad at yourself and really hard on yourself for all the things that are wrong. And that's a dark Virgo, right? And you can be kind of mean-spirited about it and start to criticize everybody around you too. And you can get really picky, so picky. And there's another part of you as well. There's another part that wants to come in. And that part is like the part that just lets go, right? To the higher consciousness, to higher light, to higher love. And that still wants to purify, still has that need to get it right, still wants to be the very best it can be, but can access something conscious in order to do that. That frames itself in terms of love and care and service. And that's where the service orientation of Virgo comes in to play. So one of the most beautiful things I find about the Virgo archetype is the fact that they love to be useful, and they're always trying to help. And they really, like, meaningful work is so important to them, and they just want to be offering service all the time. Because truly, like, if God was coming down to planet Earth, I mean, what do you think he'd want to do? You think he'd want to go and, smoke pot and, like, lie on a beach? No. He'd want to help. He'd want to be like, please let me feed you. Please let me help you. Let me heal you. Let me love you. That is an ascended Virgo. Is when the energy comes through and then gets out. It comes out and it's offered up as a gift of love to the outside. And the clearer we are as a vehicle, as a vessel, the more that love can come through and offer itself up in service to the moment. So Virgo, another thing about the archetype of Virgo is it is the archetype of the now. Virgo is about right now, right here. It doesn't float away. It doesn't get lost. It's not distracted. It is immediate. That's why it is the practical earth sign, right? It's in the body now. It is the intersection of form and spirit. It's that point of intersection, the place where body and mind meet. And that's also why Virgo rules healing and holing and health, why Virgos are always so interested in getting things right in their body, right? Getting things right in their form, because they're very conscious of whether they know it or not. They're extremely conscious of the way their bodies feel, because they can feel where consciousness is getting stuck in the form and where the mind or the spirit is marrying and meeting the body. So where the Christ is entering the mother, right? And they're so aware of that intersection point and always trying to get it cleaner and purer so that it's an easier flow outward into servitude, which is why we're all here at an essential level, right? We're all here to be of service, to connect to our higher self and be of service in whatever way we can. And first, of course, that means being in service to ourself and being in service to our own psyche and understanding it. So the invitation is Virgo will bring you to that place in your psyche where you are not able to go any deeper because there is a little bit of articulated work that is required, or there's a little bit of love or cleaning that needs to happen. So again, back to the pruning. Think about Virgo as the way we prune our own self in order to become immaculate, in order to become vessels that are worthy of our higher self. I love my teacher, Alan Oken, talks about how the higher self wants to come in, and yet when it comes in and there's just like a whole bunch of like chaos down there, it's hanging out there waiting. It's like, okay, I can only come in when the lower self is peaceful and loving. I can't come in when it's all angry. I can't come in when it's having a hissy fit about this or that, or when it's screaming or throwing something across the room, like higher self is not coming. So Virgo, the job of Virgo is to be immaculate, conscious, self-aware, and to clean the lower self. And, you know, relentlessly, like getting the dust out of the corners, that kind of stuff. But again, back to what I said earlier, with love, okay? With love. We all have shit that's wrong with us, trust me. How can you allow yourself to clean yourself, to clear yourself with care and kindness and with love? And one more thing, I'll just make one more point. I could talk forever about Virgo because I love Virgo so much. But another really important thing to remember about the Virgo is it is like the energy just wants to move out, okay? So it can get stuck in its own inner like drilling down and cleaning and cleaning and sorting and getting everything right. But the second that you offer the self up to another, it shines, and it's like an instant medicine. Virgo medicine always is about care and kindness and compassion and servitude to others from a place of love, not from a place of like martyrdom or resentment, but from a place of true care and consideration, right? So anyway, but we could get into a nice little conversation about boundaries right now. So I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to leave this at the simple level and expect that all of you will be able to come into our new moon tomorrow. You may celebrate or do your new moon ritual tonight, or you might do it tomorrow night. But please just ask yourself, like, what is it that wants to be born of me right now? Virgo is the mother. Virgo is the Virgin Mother. So what is it that wants to be born of me? And where does the love want to come through? And how can I purify and clear and clean so that I can be a better expression of the creative source of who I am into the world in the next cycle? So consider that, and consider where the work is. Virgo is all about work. Consider where the articulated alignment has to happen, and then pray from that place, okay? Pray from that place, and imagine yourself 30 days from now. Imagine yourself at the end of this cycle, and imagine the growth that you choose to call in for yourself, okay? And that would be my invitation to you. So, all right, I'm going back to my vacation and maybe gonna go walk my dog. So I love you so much, and I hope you all have a wonderful new moon. I'll talk to you in a couple of weeks. Mwah.